How's everyone doing? Today is your boy A-Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. Today we're gonna be watching this interview from this YouTuber. He interviewed one of the richest people in Dubai, and he's just trying to give us the game how he became rich. You know, it's something everyone can learn because a lot of us think, because this person done this, I want to try and do something different. One thing I've learned in all my life is you don't have to be a manufacturer. You don't have to create something new. You can literally take what's out there and make your own version and make it go. You feel me? Everyone can do it. You don't have to be a manufacturer at all. But you know what? Without further ado, let's see what this guy did to get rich. Because that's a country I've been willing to go. I'm still thinking about it deeply, but the capital needs to rise. But you know, I just want to see whether it's worth it or not. But
And what that means. Sir, is this your Bugatti? How did you get a Bugatti?
I'm one of the biggest real estate developers in the world.
What was the most amount of money that you've made this single year?
A lot.
Give me a range.
Off the top of my head, I would say almost $5 billion.
$5 billion. This is Dubai.
he said he made over $5 billion. Hey Siri, what's $5 billion in pounds?
5 billion US dollars is 371,559,907 pounds and 40 pence.
That's money, man. In 1 year, some of us won't even see that in our whole life. Wild card, man.
Eat over coffee, where entire skylines are built by a single man's vision, and where wealth operates on a completely different level. I just flew 16 hours across the world to be here for this moment. Today, I'm meeting up with Mohammed bin Ghaudi, one of the biggest real estate developers in the entire world, the man behind some of the most iconic towers on the planet, to find out how he built a real estate empire in one of the most competitive cities on earth. I'm going to be going inside the mind of a billionaire to figure out what it really takes to build generational wealth at the highest level. So with that being said, it's time to go meet Mohammed bin Ghaudi. Alright, you guys, we're en route right now to interview, like I said, one of the richest men in Dubai, Mohammed bin Ghaudi, okay? And we're going to be interviewing him not just anywhere, but at one of the buildings that he built, the Bugatti residences. This guy transformed the entire Dubai skyline. He built the first Mercedes-Benz residences in the world. He built the first Jacob & Co. residence in the world. And now, look at where we are, the first Bugatti residence in the world. This is Mohammed bin Ghaudi. Alright, you guys. Look at this right here. This is the Bugatti residences with Mohammed. Great to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
We were letting them know, man. This is one of your creations right here.
It is.
Where are we at right now?
Bugatti Residences.
And this is the first Bugatti residence in the world.
The first and only.
Before, I want to ask you some questions. What goes into that? I mean, you partnered up with one of the biggest, most renowned, most credible companies in the world. How is that even possible?
I mean, I think there's a lot of passion that goes into that. You've got to be obsessed with everything you do, wake up every day obsessed with your goals, obsessed with what you want to achieve in life, and literally grind.
A lot of downsides?
Plenty.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of no's in my life.
Yeah, like you said, you didn't take no for the answer.
I mean, I think the more and more successful you become in life, the more you realize that you're going to fail a lot and you're going to get a lot of rejection. And part of becoming successful is that maturity of your mindset, that understanding that...
Look at what I say, man. Like, it's never smooth sailing. Everyone's been told no in life. You just gotta they say, were you doing that? You must be crazy. That's not gonna work. You say, yes, I'm crazy enough to do it. And it's true in life. It's like you have to be crazy to believe in yourself only when no one else believes in you, and make it work. But because once you make it work, everyone else that doubted you will come and want to say, how you doing? Remember me? Remember this? Remember that? But stay true to yourself, man.
Always gonna get the answer you want, and then you've got to navigate towards the answer you want.
Why was real estate your vehicle? Because you could have been in any business. Why do you like real estate as your vehicle to wealth creation and business building?
Well, I mean, real estate is ultimately what any wealthy person ends up doing in the end, I believe. Everyone who makes a lot of money ends up buying real estate.
Why is that? Why do the wealthy The most successful people in the world, why do they all invest in real estate?
I mean, I think as an asset, it's very solid. You can touch it, you can feel it, see it, smell it, and I think it's the least volatile. So in terms of risk management, it's always a safe investment. So I think it's the most versatile asset class, or one of the most out there.
Did you ever diversify?
I did, but then I learned a very tough lesson that diversification doesn't always mean to venture into another sector. You can always do it in one sector.
And that's the vertical integration.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what we did. We became completely vertically integrated as a developer. We built a full construction company, a factory. We have 7 factories for joinery, aluminium, steel. And so we really focus on serving this one sort of single monstrosity of a business rather than...
So that makes sense. So he started a construction company, but he built a steel company, cement company, we call it trailer company. So all of the resource, all the money he's paying, so he's cutting costs and all these things. Because you can imagine having a property company, literally you have to hire trailers, you have to hire people with scaffolding, you have to get people with metals, and you're paying all of this. But before he started his thing, he first invested his money in all these different businesses that he would need to build a company. And all the people that are working, it's not an agency, it's his staff members as well. So he owns that company too. So literally he owns the whole situation. I can't even say the word properly. Infrastructure. He owns the whole infrastructure, and so he spends less money because he's not spending no money on. So he has managers here, managers there. He goes, right, I need to build this, and he's also invested in a property design. The people that that choreograph the buildings and what. So he also pays that person. So that's such a smart idea. So you're not outsourcing anyone. Everything that you're doing it from your own businesses. So as well as you're growing in a business, you're also investing money in the other part of your business, and that's also profit. Smart. It's basically if you wanna open any business and you have a lot of money, it's best to do it. If you wanna just something as little as bread, you wanna start doing bread, you can go and start creating places where you can get the wheat from. So instead of buying wheat to make your bread, you can be producing your wheat. You can get a farm and let people actually grow it, and you can be plucking it from there, and and making your bread from there. So you're not actually paying for all this processed stuff. You got the company that's doing it. You got the farmers that's farming and everything. So in the long run, obviously in the beginning you're spending a lot of capital, but in the long run you're winning. And I respect it. Smart.
in different sectors.
So we're about to see the building right here, but I wanted you to touch on real quick your progression of that vertical integration. When you started out in the real estate business, were you selling properties, were you brokering? Before you had the factories, before you had the steel manufacturing and whatnot, how did you come about, kind of obtaining all the different verticals?
This is something I learned in business in general. You never have the full picture from day one. You just got to start and navigate your way through. And one of the best quotes I like about this is in the book of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, and he says, when a bee starts its day, it doesn't know its full plan. It just, leaves and starts harvesting, the honey. And same thing with birds. And I think, you never have a plan that's fully perfect from day one. You just start and you navigate your way through, and you learn, you fail, you fix, and ultimately you figure out a way. When you're thrown in the ocean, in a storm.
I respect that. So I can second what he said. So a lot of people are, what's that saying again? They have too many ideas, but master of none. So it's okay to have too many ideas, but from when you master one, then you can start branching out to the other ideas that you had. Like KSI, for example, he started as a YouTuber. Then once he mastered that art, he went into music. Mastered that art, went into boxing. Mastered that art, now he's doing what Mr. Beast does. So It's not about having so many ideas and trying to juggle everything. It's about having so many ideas, write down in a board, and you focus on one. When that starts making sense, then you can start branching out to others. But too many ideas, your boat is rocking,
To drown or you swim.
Now, there's been a lot of day in the lives on YouTube where people go spend the day with people at their homes, their apartments. We are at a apartment complex that you're building.
Correct.
This is going to be fascinating. Can you go show us around real
Please,
quick?
please.
Let's go check it out. And real quick, you know what I love? You got the Bugatti right there, with the Bugatti building right here.
It would be inappropriate to drive a different car.
I love that.
That's for everyone who appreciates things that are finer in life. We have very interesting clients who have bought. Neymar Jr., footballer, he bought one here.
Yeah.
Andrea Bocelli. So, yeah, very interesting name.
You're known as one of the fastest developers in the region.
Correct.
What's the secret to that speed?
I think, again, it goes back to the vertical integration. We have our own workforce all in-house. We have our factories.
So like these construction companies, do you own the companies or are they contracts?
Yes,
you do.
Everything, literally everything that goes into building the product, we control and we own. And ultimately what that gives you is agility when it comes to speed, quality, and cost, obviously.
Did you kind of acquire these companies or did you start them from the ground up?
Mostly started from the ground up, some acquired actually. So some opportunities seen here and there, steel factory, acquire it, upgrade it, and ultimately supports you in building much faster.
Fascinating. So what number building is this for you? I think you've done how many, 60 complexes or something?
A little bit closer to 100. Scheme, completely bespoke.
What's the average price point of one of these units?
Well, I mean, penthouse up there was listed at 750 million dirhams. It's just above $200 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And somebody bought it?
Well,
we're on the market right now.
Maybe you'll hear some news
Yes,
someday.
Sir. Hey, I'm excited to hear it, man. When you're driving on the road, the highway out here in Dubai, and you look to your right and your left and you see your name on the side of that building, what does that feeling mean to you?
It makes me feel happy and proud, but ultimately, if anything,
750 dirhams. That's 750,000 dirhams, 200 million for penthouse. 200 million. 200 million. There has to be a billionaire to buy that. The penthouse for 200 million is wild. Whew. That is crazy, man.
it evokes a sense of urgency in me to achieve more. I mean, comfort is the most dangerous drug. You got to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because the moment you become complacent and comfortable is the moment you have no drive to achieve more success in life.
It was about people. What do you look for in people when you're building a business?
One of my favorite quotes, I think, was by the CEO of Blackstone. He said, every organization has 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s. And then he's like, if you want to build something truly great, you got to focus on having 9s out of 10s and 10s out of 10s only.
A players.
Absolutely, and he said the difference between an 8 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 is huge.
What is that difference that you see most of the time that separates an 8 from a 10?
If I have to tell them what to do, they're not in the right place.
Hear that one? Say that again.
If I have to tell someone what to do or how to do their job, they're not in the right place.
But they got to think of new things to do, you know?
We have a saying in Arabic. We say once the chick is born from the egg, it knows how to walk, or once the duckling is born, it knows how to swim. So a person who is good at what they do should know what to do without you telling them what to do. And they should be way better than you as their boss to show you how something should be done. A lot of people talk about micromanagement and how it's bad and everything. I don't believe in micromanagement. I believe in passion management. So if you're involved in everything, it's okay. But as long as you're empowering people who are specialized in something and know more than you, you're letting them play and you're letting them do their thing and take your product to a whole other level, or your company, you want to bring those sort of people into your business.
I love that. I heard a term one time, and it's always stuck with me. I interviewed the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman. He sold LinkedIn to Microsoft for $26 billion. And I asked him, Reid, if you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 billion and your life depended on it, what would you do? And he stopped me and he goes, I never play a 1 year game. I only play a 10-year game. What is your mindset and long-term vision and thought process like for your company and what you're building today? What are you thinking?
It's definitely long-term. For me, there's no set term. It's like till the day I die. And it's just part of your lifestyle. You get used to it. It's almost like if you're an athlete and you're working out. You don't think, I'm going to work out for 10 years in my life and then I'm going to stop because my body is good now. It's just part of your lifestyle and becomes part of your daily routine, your grind every day. And once you approach work like that, you build consistency. And I think in my mind, consistency is the most important ingredient towards success. There are a lot of smart people out there who haven't made it, and a lot of less smart people who are more consistent who have made it. So I think consistency plays a big role in being
Why they say that C students, they run the world.
But yeah, I think it's about, being able to fail, fall, and then get up every time and just continue like nothing happened. And I think it's successful people are like that.
At 31, if you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it back?
Absolutely.
What would you do?
Just start again. And, all the lessons I learned.
Do you think because once it's in you, it's always in you once you kind of know the formula and how to do it?
You understand the process, so you know that it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Being an entrepreneur, you're going to fail every day. Even when you are successful, there's one thing you're not going to get fully right. Secret recipe to success is try, fail, learn, fix, try again. 5 steps.
Love it. The 5 steps. So, like I said, outside of one of your creations, man, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Muhammad, I'm going to ask you, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
I think it's to leave something valuable behind, whether it's a project, a product, something that changes people's lives positively while making money for you. And I think the most successful companies worldwide do that exactly. So I think if you're able to solve a big problem, that's what you want to do, that's what you want to leave behind.
I hear that. One thing you want to leave behind, you have to leave something behind for your kids, something for them to remember you by, and something to make sure their life is not as hard as yours, or how hard as yours was. Because in the black community, a lot of us always think that we call it wealth travels up because the parents want the kids to do good to pass it to them. When you think about it, it's like our generation now. Do you know how many ancestors we have? And to know that everyone that came, lived and gone off before me, left nothing for me. So now it's like my responsibility now to leave something for my kids and my grandkids going forward. So we need to have this mentality he's got and make sure our wealth travels down. So make sure our kids can focus on bettering their life instead of trying to make money to feed their parents and everything. You feel me? So wealth has to travel down, not up. Definitely, I respect that, and I'm taking it into account as well.
You rely on your faith when times get tough.
There has to be a master architect that designed all of this, the sun and the moon and everything.
And us, man.
And us, humans, with 2 cameras in our face and a microphone. But ultimately, I think back to miracles. I ask for miracles in my life, and I think it's when you're so hopeless and you reach that point where you've done everything you could have done, but you're still failing. And then ultimately, one of those follow-ups that you thought would never end up being a deal or a successful milestone suddenly becomes a breakthrough, and you had asked for that in a prayer. So that makes you believe that miracles exist and ultimately God exists.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time, Muhammad. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, he spoke a lot of sense, man. Honestly, man. Like, we need to, if we follow his mindset, but obviously some of us, we don't know what childhood he had, if he started from scratch or if it was handed over to him by his parents. But nevertheless, like, we can all do it. Like, for example, in our black community, 10 of us go, normally when we go out clubbing, about 5 to 6 of us will go spend money on bottles. Say you spend like £500 each, 10 people, that's $5,000 you guys spend for the night. Yeah, that's not including the clothes that you guys are going to wear to the club, or entry fee or whatever. Yeah, just call it $5,000. When you take that kind of money, $5,000, 10 of you, $5,000, go travel to Newcastle. You can just focus on one person building their credit, and you can acquire a property there, and you guys literally go out, like, even if you guys go out twice a month, that's you're spending $10,000 a month. So the first $5,000 can be a down payment for the property. Then the second time you guys go out in a month, you can start paying people to start fixing this, fixing that. You can either fix it, rent it out, or sell it. And when you sell it, you get your money back double, just quickly. But with all this money, this night lifestyle doesn't go nowhere. We're gonna be stuck in the same boat, just showing off temporarily. Like literally, what happened to the longevity, you know? So hence why I do what I do, and I'm trying. No one's gonna see me. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna get to the top. You know. Then when you guys see me, you're like, oh yeah, I remember him. What have I been doing all this time? I don't go party, nothing like that. We're gonna make this a success. We're gonna make it, man. It's your boy, A-Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, share the channel. Let's grow together. You know, sooner or later I'm gonna start doing more podcasts. You know, this obviously, just like this guy said, focus on one thing. When it starts making sense, then you start, you know, don't give up because it's not working. Even if you get one extra viewer a day, you've done something right. So, until tomorrow, it's your boy A-Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. I'm out.